In today's episode. Hello, is it me you're waiting for? You leave too early. Impractical bonus backfire. So let's get started. Hello, is it me you're waiting for? Alright, so like many of my other stories, this happened when I was working as a supervisor for a major cable/internet provider. For this particular story, I was working the 6 p.m. to 2 a.m. shift, somewhere around 10 p.m. This is relevant to the story, mostly because at that time of the day, we've got an absolute skeleton crew as nothing much is going on. There's me, one other supervisor, maybe a dozen customer service agents. There is absolutely nobody else customer facing in the building. There might be a janitor or something around, I don't remember. As the senior supervisor, I'm in charge for the night. If something super important comes up, it'll be dealt with by someone higher than me in the morning, and there's an emergency number for the building exploding or something. That kind of thing rarely happens. Okay, that's the relevant backstory. Here we go. I have a gentleman transferred to me that asked to speak to a supervisor, because we wouldn't install cable at his house, until he paid the balance he had not paid on his previous account at a different address some months back. He wasn't currently a customer of ours, he owed us money before we'd let him be a customer again, and he was one of the biggest jerks I've ever talked to. All in all, this means I've got a lot of leeway to work with, as keeping happy a non-customer that's actively trying to not give us money was not one of our higher priorities. So, we don't need all the back and forth here. The first half of this was basically him trying to not pay us, me saying he needed to. Polite on my end, not remotely polite on his. He eventually asked to speak to my manager, and now we get to the fun part that I'll give you as best as I remember. Listen, let me talk to your manager. I'm not happy with your attitude. Right now. To this point, I've given him zero attitude. I'd just given him answers he didn't like, but politely and professionally. He's been fighting for a position in my top 5 rudest customers already. If you'd like to speak to someone else, I can certainly get you someone, but my manager isn't available right now. No. Don't give me that. I want him right now, do you understand me? I'm sorry, but I mean he worked the morning shift today. He's literally not in the building, and won't be until 9 o'clock tomorrow morning. Would you like him to call you back tomorrow? Remember, as I said at the start, it's 10 p.m. right now. No, I don't want him to call me back. Okay, fine, shut up and listen really carefully. You're at one of those big call centers, right? I want to talk to the highest ranking person in the building, you got that? Well sir, currently the highest ranking person in the building is talking to an upset person on the phone. Were you reading the preamble? Do you see where this is going? Technically the truth cough. Then here's what we're going to do. I'm going to wait right here with you, until they're off the phone, and then I'm going to talk to them, you understand? I'm not waiting for someone to call me. I'm not waiting on hold, you're staying right here and don't talk to me until that call is over, are we clear? Do you think you can handle that? Totally clear sir, I'll be right here being quiet. Feel free to check on me anytime. So, 99% of my job involves being on my PC, mostly helping the agents through our in-house instant messaging program. I do that for roughly an hour, while this guy barks at me now, and then to make sure I'm still here. I tell him that I am, he grumbles, I wait, this continues until. Okay, I'm not waiting on this phone any longer. The second that person is off the phone, you have them call me at this number, okay? Immediately, I don't care what time it is. No problem at all, I'll make sure that happens. So he hangs up. And me, doing my job exactly as he asked, while being the highest ranking person in the building. I call him right back, as fast as I can dial the number. He of course is first confused, then really upset as I explained that he got exactly what he asked for. Why didn't you tell me that? You didn't ask. You told me to shut up, to listen really carefully, and to do exactly as you said to, while I was trying to help you myself, trying to get you someone else, trying to do my job in any way I could. I followed your instructions to the letter, as you demanded. Now, was there anything I could do for you? Profanity ensues. He hung up. Another customer who I was happy to comply with. You leave too early. Like a lot of the stories here, my MC was due to scheduling. I was a system administrator for a big, 3-letter telecom company in the one small, ER, department. There were 2 admins, me and Jay. Jay was awesome. Super intelligent, very friendly, and was great at his job. He and I decided that I would come in early, and he would stay late, so there was more coverage during the day. It worked great for both of us for a few years. I would get to work around 6:30 a.m. I would review all the system-generated reports overnight, check the health of the servers and database, and then generate the daily reports for various managers throughout the company, including my own manager and his boss. After 9 hours, plus 1 for lunch, I would go home around 4:30 every day. Jay would show up around 10:30, and would usually be the last person to leave around 7. My old boss left and my new boss, T, was a major idiot and a huge a-hole. He knew nothing about IT and should have never been put in charge of people. He was a nepotism hire. After about 6 months of T working there, he brought me into his office. He said that he was very concerned about how I would just up and leave each day at 4:30, so consistent that you could set your watch by it. I tried to explain that I'm there at 6:30, 3 hours before he showed up and 4 hours before Jay showed up, but T was having none of that. I was leaving way too early. I asked him what my hours should be. He said I should be more like Jay. He said Jay is usually here long after everyone else leaves. Once again, I tried to point out that Jay gets there at 10:30, 4 hours after me, and leaves by 7, an 8.5-hour day, with an hour lunch, where I get there at 6:30 and leave at 4:30, a 10-hour day, with an hour lunch. T just couldn't comprehend that. So, I complied. I told him that I would be the last one to leave from now on. T was happy. So, I came to work about 10:15 the next morning, which was a Friday. I started my normal routine and about 10 minutes later, Jay came in. We worked the day and the last person, with the exception of Jay and me, left around 6:30. We both left at 6:45, and I made sure that Jay left the building before me. The following Monday, I once again showed up at 10:15. This time, there was about a dozen emails and a few voicemails from managers and executives all over the company wanting to know why they haven't received their daily reports. These reports were used in various Monday morning meetings all over the globe. I explained to them that my hours have changed, and they would be getting their daily reports by 1 p.m. One of those executives was my boss's boss. Before the end of the day, I was in her office with T and T's boss. I explained to her the same situation that I had explained to T before this all started. She immediately told T that the work I did between 6:30 and 10:30 was mission critical to the entire company, and I was to immediately go back to my old schedule. I then sheepishly pointed out that 6:30 to 4:30 was 9-hour workdays, and Jay's 10:30 to 7 was 7.5-hour workdays. I said I would be happy to go back to a 6:30 start time, but was going to limit my hours to 8-hour days, since I didn't get OT. So, starting the next day, Tuesday, and every day after, I showed up at 6:30, did my work, and smiled and waved at T when I went home at 3:30 later that afternoon. So consistent, you could set your watch by it. Impractical bonus backfire. I just left a meeting with my company's higher UPS, and they are in full-blown panic mode. I'm finding it hard to not let out a giant, I told you so. My company operates on a quarterly schedule, 4 quarters, each lasting 3 months. March ended the first quarter, April starts the second quarter. We just got the numbers for April's performance. As part of the perks, we offer a quarterly bonus, but you qualify monthly by meeting metrics for the month. To clarify, you can earn a bonus each month, but it's awarded at the end of each quarter as a lump sum. The metrics you have to meet are for additional, supplemental tasks in addition to our core function. So you do the extra work, you earn the extra pay, simple concept. The thing is, these additional services are options that our clients contractually buy into. So if we don't provide these additional services at a certain percentage, we have to refund our clients, which can easily reach into 7 figures. So back in February, our leadership team has a meeting to discuss how we are doing. We got the typical corporate we need to increase X and do more Y. A part of this is them wanting to increase usage of our supplemental products, never miss an opportunity to upsell nonsense. The suit's idea is to increase metrics for bonus, make the employees work harder. I argued that I know where my weak spots are, I can address them and increase performance through direct interaction and coaching, not that we were failing at the current goal, the suits just want more for less. They ended up shutting me down, they don't want to devote additional time to coaching and training. No coaching allowed, no nothing, hands off. Hold the employees accountable, if they want bonus, they will make it happen. Fine, your boss. Hands off. So I did just that. I stopped all communication, programs and coaching regarding that specific metric. Any goals or communication about it comes direct from the suits. Everything else is business as usual. A few days later an email goes out from the suits, and the goal is increased 15%, which is a huge deal. Goal was previously 30%, they increased to 45%. The thing is, meeting this goal was already a huge pain that interferes with our core function. It wasn't unrealistic, but you definitely have to earn it. The increase made it borderline unrealistic. If only someone would have said something. To make it even better, the bonus includes roughly 10 other metrics that are mostly afterthoughts. If you miss one metric, you are ineligible. Guess what happens? The frontline employees are overwhelmingly demotivated. I get the numbers back for April, not only did that one metric bottom out, so did every other metric tied into the bonus. Almost nothing was done the entire month other than our core function. I can't blame them. Why bust my back and put in the effort for no reason? The suits are furious because they know who is to blame, and they have 2 more months of this. They can't just haphazardly change the goal post in the middle of the quarter, the damage has already been done. They might have saved a few labor hours and a few dollars on bonus payouts, but at the end of the quarter, they are estimating the payout to our clients to be over $3 million a month for failing to provide contracted services. Something completely preventable. Additional info, there have been some questions about the actual job function and how this works, so I will give a lateral example from another industry. What we do works the same way. Say an employer offers a 401k or retirement account as part of their benefits, they contract an outside company to provide that service. That's the company I work for, we provide a specific employer benefit. We service the employees, but the employer is our actual client or customer. The main job function would be managing the retirement account. But we also have an entire staff of dedicated financial counselors. We can offer you an upgraded service plan that offers your employees use of the financial counseling services. Where the extra metric comes in is from the account management team informing the employees about the counseling benefit and getting the employee connected to a financial counselor. This is all tracked and documented. The employer agrees, but adds the stipulation that if the financial counseling services are not being utilized, you owe a refund for the extra cost. If you made it to the end of the video, thanks for watching. Don't forget to like, subscribe and share, and we will see you in the next video.